Chief Meteorologist Chris Boone, sponsored by Billy Black HVAC and Carrier.
Well, seeing a little bit of activity across the state of Texas as that system moves across. We saw some showers and thunderstorms in towards parts of East Texas. That has now pushed off towards the east, moving in towards parts of Arkansas and Louisiana out of the state of Texas. Though back here in the Concho Valley, didn't see nearly as much rain activity. Did see a little bit more of that dust as that front is kind of moving through the Concho Valley right now. Just saw it pass through here in San Angelo just in the past hour. Those clouds kind of cleared out and allowed for those winds to really pick up out of the west and northwest. And with those strong winds, saw some of that dust getting picked up as well. Again, showing you this pretty cool time lapse as the clouds really cleared out in the afternoon hours. We saw those winds really pick up, and again, that dust really kind of just showed up right around sunset and made in for a pretty nice little view if you're kind of showing the sun. Otherwise, again, still seeing some of that decreased visibility, not just here in San Angelo, but for parts of the Concho Valley, as well as the cooler temperatures. Winds have turned more from the southwest out of the northwest. Again, seeing them at 20 miles per hour. Temperatures just dropping 10 degrees in the past hour, 66 degrees, and those dew points only into the 30s, so very dry back behind that front as well. And then we do see that pocket of lower visibility values. Again, 2 miles of visibility here in San Angelo. Robert Lee at 3, 5 for Sterling City. So again, we could see some of that lingering, at least for the next couple hours. As we go in towards the later parts and overnight, we'll start to see that dust begin to settle down. We'll get back up to unrestricted visibility. Otherwise, it was a warm day ahead of that front. Again, we were just 2 degrees shy of tying the old record set back in 2009 of 81 degrees, topped out at 79. And then we saw those warmer temperatures to start off the day. Only got down into the mid-50s for those overnight lows. So a little bit on the warmer side ahead of that front. We're going to be much cooler as we go through the next couple of days. Breezy conditions, still seeing those winds throughout the Concho Valley. That's going to continue to persist in towards the southeastern parts of the Concho Valley through this evening. We're going to hang on to these winds for Tuesday as well as Wednesday. So expecting those breezy conditions to kind of hang out. You see the front fairly well defined on, again, our temperature map. You see those 60s back off towards the northwest rather, back behind that front. Still ahead of the front, our eastern and southeastern parts of the Concho Valley still hanging out into those mid-70s. So this cooler temperatures as well as that dust, again, going to push off towards the east and southeast. We'll continue to see those cooler temperatures move further east. In fact, you see a temperature change from this time yesterday. Most places back behind that front dropping anywhere between 5 to 10 degrees. Still pretty close to what we were this time yesterday if you're ahead of that front. So again, that front will continue to move through. We'll be looking at much cooler temperatures as we go into tomorrow. Tonight, temperatures drop down into the mid-40s. Could still see that blowing dust at least until about 9, 10 p.m. That's when things will start to settle down, though we will still see those winds out of the west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Cooler tomorrow, but still hanging on to those breezy conditions. Again, only reaching into the mid-60s. So again, about a 10-degree drop for much of the area. But the bigger story is probably going to be those winds. Again, they're turning out of the west and kind of staying breezy as we go through your entire Tuesday and in for Wednesday as well. It really won't be until late Wednesday, early on Thursday, we start to see those winds kind of relax a little bit, get a little bit on the calmer side. That frontal system, that pushes well off towards the east as we go through the next several days. We'll look at fairly quiet conditions going in towards your first half of the weekend, but by the Sunday, well, that's when we can start to see another system make its approach. Very isolated rain chances possible for late on Sunday, kind of lingering in towards Monday as well. Otherwise, it's going to be fairly quiet for the first week of 2023. Breezy conditions, those temperatures hanging out into the 60s and 70s for your first 7 days.